Mystery in the cemetery. The cemetery stood as a haunting sentinel on the outskirts of town. Moonlight filtered through the gnarled trees, casting eerie shadows over the tombstones. It was a place of silence and solitude, where the living dared not tread at night. But Samantha, a curious and daring young woman, felt drawn to its sinister allure. Samantha's footsteps echoed through the cemetery as she walked among the graves. Her flashlight cut through the darkness, illuminating tombstones that bore the names of the long-forgotten dead. She couldn't deny the thrill she felt as she ventured deeper into the chilling abyss. The night air was cool, and Samantha's breath hung in front of her like a ghostly apparition. The rustling of leaves in the wind sounded like distant whispers, and the rustling of unseen creatures made her skin crawl. Still, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Samantha's visit to the cemetery was not mere curiosity. She had lost her younger brother, Michael, to a sudden illness just a week ago. The pain of his passing weighed heavily on her heart, and she believed that a visit to his grave might bring her some solace. As she approached Michael's freshly dug grave, Samantha felt her eyes welling up with tears. She gently placed a bouquet of white roses on the mound of earth, his favorite flowers. The moonlight cast an ethereal glow on the site, making it seem almost serene. But Samantha's tranquility was shattered by a strange noise. It was a soft, mournful wailing that seemed to emanate from beneath the ground. She froze, her heart pounding, as the earth beneath her began to tremble. The ground cracked open, and skeletal hands erupted from the earth, reaching out toward Samantha. Panic surged through her, and she screamed, her cries echoing through the graveyard as she struggled to break free from the grasp of the macabre. Just when she thought she would be pulled into the grave, a hooded figure appeared. With a wave of its hand, the skeletal hands retreated into the earth. The figure's eyes glowed with an otherworldly light as it spoke in a raspy voice, "You've intruded upon the realm of the restless souls." Samantha's fear gradually gave way to curiosity. She couldn't ignore the questions burning in her mind. She asked the hooded figure, "Who are you, and what is this place?" The figure introduced itself as the guardian of the cemetery, tasked with maintaining the delicate balance between the living and the dead. The guardian explained that this cemetery was no ordinary resting place. It was a bridge between the world of the living and the realm of the deceased. Samantha had inadvertently glimpsed the afterlife, a rare occurrence for the living. A choice was laid before Samantha by the guardian. She could leave the cemetery and forget everything she had seen, or she could stay and learn the secrets of the other side, becoming the new guardian. Driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to understand what lay beyond death, Samantha chose to stay. Years passed, and Samantha embraced her role as the guardian of the cemetery. She learned to communicate with the spirits and discovered solace in their company. The cemetery, once a place of fear, had become her home. Clara realized that the restless souls in the cemetery were not always malevolent. Some were simply lost or confused, unable to find their way to the afterlife. She dedicated herself to helping these spirits, offering them guidance and comfort. One stormy night, as the wind howled through the trees and rain poured down, Samantha sensed a disturbance in the cemetery. Restless spirits gathered, their moans and whispers growing louder. She hurried to the center of the graveyard, where an ancient mausoleum stood. The mausoleum's heavy stone doors creaked open on their own, revealing a yawning darkness within. Samantha's heart raced as she entered, her flashlight cutting through the blackness. Inside, she found a crypt, the walls adorned with strange symbols and ancient runes. Samantha knew that her true test as the guardian of the cemetery was about to begin, and the malevolent force that lurked in the crypt would challenge her in ways she could never have imagined.